Hey friend, I am so excited for you to visit Mount Rushmore National Memorial. This is an amazing place and I am so excited for you to go. But today I want to talk to you about my favorite suggestions of places to stay near Mount Rushmore and the other activities in the Black Hills so that you can be close to all the action and that you won't have to have any extra drive time. So let's talk about the best places to stay near Mount Rushmore. My name is Ash. I'm a former park ranger and the founder of Dirt in My Shoes, and we love South Dakota. You will find us in this area almost yearly. It's really hard to stay away because there is so much to do. You can find activities for every single person in your group, and it's just like the ultimate family adventure getaway. So we love visiting Mount Rushmore and the surrounding area. We've stayed in a lot of different places over the years, and so today I just want to quickly walk you through some of the best options, whether you're camping or hoping to stay in a hotel. The most important thing to note about where to stay near Mount Rushmore is that you do have to stay near Mount Rushmore, not within the boundaries of the National Memorial. There's nowhere to stay at Mount Rushmore National Memorial, no in-park camping or lodging or anything like that. But there are a lot of options just outside. So it's not a problem, but just know you cannot stay within the boundaries of Mount Rushmore. You will need to look in outlying towns and other things surrounding Mount Rushmore. Let's start with camping because we love camping in the Black Hills of South Dakota. It's a really fun experience. And we have stayed in a lot of different campgrounds and definitely have our favorites. And so I want to walk you through our favorite places to stay when we want to be close to Mount Rushmore and when we have our travel trailer and we're hoping to camp. You will find all of our favorite options written down in this article on Dirt in My Shoes, which I will link below this video. But this has all of the different campgrounds that we like and how to actually get a spot at those campgrounds. So you'll notice, and I'll say this again with the lodging options as well, that we definitely have like our favorite area to stay in when we're trying to be close to Mount Rushmore. So that includes the northern part of Custer State Park, the central or southern hills section of Black Hills National Forest, or in Keystone or Hill City. So what that means when we're looking at the map, we are trying to stay basically in this circle area right here. You've got Keystone, Hill City, Mount Rushmore is right in between. You've got Custer State Park down here, but I like to be in the northern part of it if I want to be close to Mount Rushmore. You get a little bit too far south and then it's just a lot of driving to get up in here. And so we typically don't stay that far south. We will stay in Custer sometimes and somewhere around this area. So that's the area we're targeting specifically for Mount Rushmore, but also if you want to go to Custer State Park or Wind Cave or Jewel Cave, Crazy Horse, anything right in here, it works really well for seeing the Black Hills to their fullest. So my number one place to camp, if you're looking for a traditional camping experience, you want that Forest Service feel where there's not like hookups, you're not in an RV park, then we really like the Horsethief Lake Campground. And it is super close to Mount Rushmore, which is really nice because you're right there in all the action. And you get a really nice campground with beautiful views, lots of good hiking trails around here, a lot of other things to do from this campground as well. If you can't get anything at Horsethief Lake, then we like to go to the Oreville Campground, which is again another Forest Service campground. It's a little bit further from Mount Rushmore, but it is closer to like the Needles Highway and Custer State Park. So the location is still really good, and that's a good alternative option if you can't get into Horsethief Lake. The next place we like to go is into Custer State Park, the northern part of Custer State Park. So from there, you've got the Sylvan Lake Campground or you've got the Center Lake Campground. Those are the ones that we like to favor for being close to Mount Rushmore. I would go Sylvan Lake first and then Center Lake if you can't get Sylvan Lake. And lastly, if you're looking for a more traditional RV park, you want hookups for your travel trailer or RV, then we really like the Rafter J Bar Ranch. We've stayed at a bunch of different RV parks in this area, and this one is by far our favorite. It feels a little bit more like you're camping, not so much like you're in an RV park. You're not like surrounded by people on all sides. There's lots of trees. It's really pretty. There's different loops you can stay in, but you still have those full hookups for your RV. So it's really nice. And that is the one that we favor. It's really close to Mount Rushmore, but it's also really close to Custer State Park and Custer and Crazy Horse and everything over there. So it's really conveniently located and it's super nice. Again, if you want to get more information about any of these campgrounds, where they're located, how to get reservations, head over to Dirt in My Shoes to this All About Camping Near Mount Rushmore post, because I have all that information there. You know, when it's open, what to expect, how to get a reservation, all of that is located on this article on Dirt in My Shoes. Okay, so if camping isn't your thing and you're hoping to stay in a hotel of some sort, then I do have some favorites in the Black Hills area as well that I want to share. And so there's a lot of really good options, actually. This is by no means an all-inclusive list of the best places to stay. I just wanted to share a couple of our standout favorites. But you can always go to Dirt in My Shoes and see more options within these areas on the articles that I have there. So let's go back to the map of the area, because again, we are trying to stay in this particular circle to be close to Mount Rushmore, Custer, Wind Cave, Jewel Cave, all of that. I like to stay right up in here. If you don't want to have to move lodging and you're trying to get to all the different things that you can see near Rapid City, so not only this area over here, but maybe you want to go to Badlands National Park, which is over here. You've got like Deadwood and stuff up in here. Devil's Tower is even further. And so sometimes this area is not the best place to stay for your whole vacation if you're hoping to also get out to some other places. So if you want to stay in Rapid City and just drive, you know, that's fine. That works really well if you're just wanting to stay in one place. I find the lodging options in Rapid City to be a little bit boring. They're just regular hotels, so nothing special there, but definitely there are lots of hotel options in Rapid City, so you can stay there. But what I want to touch on more is if you're hoping to focus in on the Black Hills and you want to stay in the Black Hills, you want to be closer to Mount Rushmore, you want to explore all of these areas from a central location in the Black Hills. So really that's giving us, you know, we're wanting to be in Keystone or Hill City or Custer or the top part of Custer State Park. This is where I like to stay. I don't like to go down towards Wind Cave and Hot Springs typically because it's just too far to drive up here. It takes a long time. And so I would rather stay up here because you'll hit more things from up here. And then if you want to go to Wind Cave for the day, you can just drive down there and back, and it's not a big deal. But I do like to base my lodging out of this area if I want to be in the Black Hills. This article on Dirt in My Shoes is really helpful for walking you through your various options and showing you maps. I'll link this in the video description below, but this is where I will walk you through, you know, kind of your various options, kind of what you'll want to think about as you're booking your lodging, because it can get a little bit complicated and confusing. And then I also have links to just see general things that are available in these areas so that you can see if any of these fit what you're looking for. But let's get a little bit more specific on lodging options, shall we? Because I know that a lot of people just want to be told what the best options are rather than sifting through a lot of different stuff. And like I said, this is not an all-inclusive list. I've not been able to stay everywhere near Mount Rushmore. I'm working on it, but these are some of our favorites over the years that we've stayed at that we really enjoy. So if you're looking to stay in Keystone, which is a really great place to stay for not only Mount Rushmore, but also you're close to Rapid City and some of the other activities in the Rapid City area, then we really like either the Battle Creek Lodge for a budget-friendly option or the K Bar S for a more luxury option. I will link both of these in the video description. Any of these hotels I talk about, I will link in the video description, so you can just click right over and see what I'm talking about. But the Battle Creek Lodge is a really cute historic building. It's a converted firehouse, and they did a really great job with that. It's really cute. And it's right in the middle of Keystone, so you can walk to downtown, to all the shops and restaurants and everything, which is really nice. The K Bar S is a little bit further outside of the main area of Keystone, but some of the rooms do have Mount Rushmore views, which is really cool. So that's another great option. It's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more luxury, but it's a really cool place to stay too. Where Keystone is a little bit more kitschy, it's a little bit more tourist trap feeling. Hill City on the other side of Mount Rushmore is a little bit nicer vibe. You've got some gift shops and stuff still, but you've also got wineries and things like that. And so a lot of people like to stay over there to kind of get away from all the hustle and bustle that you'll find in Keystone. Hill City is a really, really great option as well. When we're in Hill City, we really like the Mountain Peaks Inn or the Lantern Inn. Those are some really great options. Again, I will link those below this video. Make sure while you're here you eat at the Alpine restaurant. It is so good, delicious German food. We really, really love this area. Those are my top choices and top areas for if I want to be really close to Mount Rushmore. But if you just want to be in the center of all the action in the Black Hills, you can go a little bit further south to either Custer State Park or the town of Custer. If you go to Custer, we really like the Bavarian Inn. It's super cool, really cool vibes. So that's a great option. If you go into Custer State Park, again, I do like to be in the northern part of Custer State Park. So the State Game Lodge is really cool, or the Sylvan Lake Lodge is also really cool. So two really good options there as well. The truth is, if you stay in any of these places I just mentioned, you will be in an awesome location for seeing Mount Rushmore and everything in the Black Hills. So don't overthink it. Don't get overwhelmed. You can just choose one and you can make it work really, really well. Now, again, as I said, if you're going to stay in the Black Hills, then you're going to want to book a couple nights in there. And then you're going to want to move locations, stay somewhere else if you're hoping to go to Badlands National Park, if you're hoping to go up to Devil's Tower, anything like that. You're probably not really going to want to base your trip out of the Black Hills to get to those other locations. You can, it's just a lot of driving. So I would plan on a couple nights in the Black Hills and then a couple nights over by Badlands, kind of move around a little bit if you're going to do that. But again, any of the places I mentioned are really, really good options for exploring Mount Rushmore and the Black Hills of South Dakota. So you can't go wrong. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that gives you a really good place to start and that you're able to find the perfect lodging options for your needs. I hope that you have an amazing trip to Mount Rushmore National Memorial. I cannot wait for you to visit this beautiful, beautiful area. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out the other videos that I have for South Dakota. I've got stuff for Badlands. I've got more stuff for Mount Rushmore. So I will walk you through everything you need to know. You can go to dirtinmyshoes.com to get in-depth articles and itineraries for visiting this area as well. So I have provided everything you need. I hope that you just have an amazing time in the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota.